Good evening, YouTube Pipe community. It's Peter Piper, the True Light. Down in the bunker tonight, as I promised. It is Sunday evening. Still. (22:44 hours) Eastern Standard Time, -4 Greenwich Mean Time for my global subscribers, which I'm very thankful. Couple of things to get out of the way. First of all, housekeeping. I'm downstairs, of course, and this is the bunker pipe now. This is the Peterson XL315 rusticated system pipe. And right now, I'm smoking my last bowl of Elizabethan mixture. Starting to scrape the bottom of the jars now. So the Elizabethan's all gone. And for story time, you know what's appropriate. Nothing less than Haunted Bookshop. There it is. Just watched Jojo Piper, a new contributor to the YTPC, and want to give him as much encouragement as I can. Onion was gracious enough to do a shout out to both of us as new contributors, and Onion's just a great guy. I can't say enough about him. He's honest. What you see is what you get, and I'd like to follow that example. My videos are unscripted. I don't use a teleprompter, obviously, and they're just my thoughts. I try to give it to you straight. What I'm thinking. You may not agree with me, and I invite discussion if you don't. I love intellectual discourse, as many of you probably know. I have to keep adjusting my camera. I think it's slipping down. It's sort of a jury-rigged, not even a tripod, but just I've put a storage container on the knockoff Lazy Boy and 2 boxes of Barilla penne pasta that my phone's leaning against. So let's get started then. This is reading number 4 from Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. We're slipping here. Oh, no. See if that works better. A little bit further away, but a little bit more stable. This is live TV, folks. Unrehearsed. I'm going to knock out my ash here in my Cerberus portable ashtray. And I want to give a shout out again to Redcoat Returns. He's a distinguished member of the community. I just love his videos. We share an interest in fine timepieces, and he was displaying some of his watches today. And he lives in Switzerland, very close to many of the finest craftsmen in timepieces. That's the standard. And I love my beloved Breitling. Keeps great time. Spent more than I could afford on it, but I always wanted a Breitling. And what can I say? I'm making payments on it. By October, it'll be paid off. But it's a true pilot's watch. I think that's how it's, well, at least that's how it's advertised. But Back in the days of navigation, when you didn't have GPS or any kind of LORAN system, and you were either out at sea or in an aircraft, you used your timepiece for navigation. And so watches had to be very accurate. Also, in the railroad, um, timing is everything. Switching tracks with trains going in various trajectories. You don't want a watch that's off. So that's that. I'm going to fill my pipe while I think of something else to talk about, and then I will start my reading. Don't have a tray. Just going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, the dump from the jar into the bowl. Hopefully you won't lose too much. That's how I do it in my car anyway. Yes, Haunted Bookshop is the bomb, my friends. It takes a little. You need to get acquainted with the tobacco. I would recommend buying a, what is it, 50-gram tin perhaps. I think that's how it comes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's 2 ounces, not sure. But this was my first experience with Haunted Bookshop, and it took me a while. I mean, I liked it at first, but at the same time, I didn't think it had the same level of flavor that I'm used to, with more sophisticated blends, with a lot of Kia and various Oriental tobaccos like Turkish and such. It's basically a Virginia Burley and a small amount of Perique to give you just the right touch of that peppery exhale. And I'm able to get about 3/4 of a bowl in this massive XL315. So this should take us through. Having a dry martini, coasting into Monday morning. I've got a meeting, teleconference meeting at 10 a.m. So I have to be ready for that. I got a little bit more work to do. So, but at the same time, I mean, like crap, it's getting late. Coming up on 11 here on the east. So I should go to bed after this. Matches. This is the best way to light a pipe. You can have the fanciest lighter. I use a Zippo most of the time, but you can't beat a wooden stick match to light your pipe. It's so much easier to direct the flame. You have that little taper that you can stick right down at the tobacco. Whereas a pipe, you have to direct the flame and inhale and kind of steer the flame with your breath, but not with a match. With a match, I think probably the only proper way to light a pipe. So let's pick up where we left off. Part 3, I think the yard foreman was thinking, thoughts are going through his mind. He's been given a task by his superiors, or in the absence of his superiors, those that are assuming the position of superior. So I think I should check back, but I think we can start with the following paragraph. I'll read the last couple of sentences from the last paragraph I read last week. He remembered dimly the sermons. Oh, I don't have my glasses either. I should put those on, shouldn't I? I tell you, this will go a whole lot better if I put my glasses on. So, this is the introduction. I don't have splicing software, so I'm sorry. I apologize. You're going to have to watch another one of my videos. Next video coming up. I'll call this intro or something. Stand by.